Well, welcome back to Living with a Classic, and it is dark out. You saw the previous video. We just took a free S-Type and traded it for this. It's quite dark, so we can't really see, but I promise you, I am in, I don't even know what year it is. We'll find out. I'm in an MG ZT190. That's a mouthful. But yeah, it has a blowing back box, as you can hear. But I have a spare one, so we gotta fix that. But it's red. It's quite cool. We're almost home. We just picked up some food. It is dark out, but yeah, just a little bit longer, and we'll be back home. I think I'll have to show you guys tomorrow because it is just too dark out. It's, November here in Sweden. It gets dark pretty soon, and it's pretty loud, but I'm so far very happy with my purchase. Driven an hour home so far. It's been fine. I have heated seats. Everything else works fine. So you'll get like a walkthrough tomorrow, and there is method to my madness. But I'm really, really happy, and can't wait to get home though. It's dark and late, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, it's quite dark last night. We made it home, but here it is. It's my 2003 MG ZT190. Quite a name and quite a car. I'm really, really happy with it. Definitely not a prime example, but it's not too bad. There are things that we can do with it, and that's good for the channel because we want projects, and I actually so far really, really like it. Puts a smile on my face when I drive it, and I think it's comfortable, and I think it's cool, and it's a little different. Where I live, I mean, I'll never see another one. Probably pretty rare over here. It's rare to even see a Rover 75, which if you don't know, this is based on the Rover 75 estate. I think it was called the Tourer. They made a sportier version called the MG ZT if it was, a regular sedan, or an MG ZT-T if it was a Tourer. 190 is for the horsepower, so it's a 2.5 liter V6 with 190 horsepower. So pretty cool. From what I can tell, it has about 70% stiffer suspension than the Rover 75, and it's a bit lowered, but I mean, it's not too stiff and stuff. And you get sports seats and no wood inside. Different front end, quite cool. So let's have a look around. It's winter here, so it's gray and miserable, but a red car at least pops a little bit. You get happy when you see it, and just wait until you see the interior. So I traded this car yesterday for my rusty 1999 S-Type. Straight swap with a few parts that this car needs, so that's really good. You might notice it was kind of loud. It's pretty much almost straight piped. The back muffler is not really doing anything, the rear one, but I have a good used one in there. And the only other mechanical thing I noticed is there's a slight rattle from the intake when it's cold, and there's these plastic vanes or flaps in there. So I got spare intake as well, so that's really good. The elephant in the room is the paint job. There is some clear coat peeling here, and there's some scratches and things. So if this car takes me through the winter and I actually end up enjoying it, I think I want to have the bumper painted, the bonnet, part of the roof, and the rear end painted. But that would be a good project on the channel to do, I think. Other than that, I have to show you guys the interior. It's relatively low miles, 130,000 kilometers. I'll put that in miles down there. It has the sporty seats with the two-tone leather, which is super cool. Bit of wear right there, but it's not really too noticeable. And maybe we can get that fixed, who knows? Other than that, no weird lights on the dash or anything. Everything is working as it should. Nice dials, original radio, heated seats work, which is a must for me in winter, and climate control seems to work. Don't know about the AC, but we can have a look at that. Radio, cassette, CD changer, all that seems to work. But that is, I think it's a nice design car. Feels good quality. I like the door handles. They are starting to go a little bit, but I'm guessing they're exactly the same on the 75. So we could probably fix that. Other than that, the rear seat is really cool as well. Nice there. But the best part is it being an estate or a wagon or whatever you want to call it. I do love wagons. These are broken, but spoke to my good friend, which we'll talk to a little bit later, Matt over at Furious Driving, and he found some spare ones. So we're going to replace that. Here is the intake over here, and here is the muffler. Other than that, there's a net, there's a load carrier. I mean, what else can you ask for? Tow bar as well, so quite a versatile vehicle. It even comes with a roof rack, and the wind's picking up. I hope you guys can hear me. But we'll pop the bonnet and we'll have a look at the biggest issue with the car. And I can tell you guys in the comments, there's probably a few of you guys who've already written this and asked about, oh, it is the KV6. How's the timing belt being done? No, it needs to be done. And that is a massive, massive job. There's 3 belts on here. But I'm lucky to have some good friends who have worked a lot on these, and I can borrow them tools and things. So I can borrow tools from one friend, and I have another friend who's willing to help out, who's probably done about 100 of these, and he's willing to help me do the belt change. So that is really good. So we're not going to drive it too much until then, because it's overdue, not in mileage, but it's overdue in time by quite a lot. And then at the same time, I want to do the thermostat. It doesn't get up fully to temperature on your highway, just on lower speeds. So that's definitely a thermostat issue. Replace the intake. I'll do other couple things. But other than that, I'd say it's not too bad. It has xenon headlights. We can polish those up a bit, maybe get them to look nicer, and also a little bit better vision at night. Doesn't seem to leak terribly badly, what I can tell. And no, overall, not too bad of a car. Ooh, it's too cold outside, so let's get in here. But the interior is a really nice place to be. The headliner is pretty good. It's sagging a bit all the way in the back, but you can't really tell. And once again, we're pretty much running this as a winter beater. That is my plan. Want to save the XJ6 a little bit this winter. It's still doing really well. Hasn't really rusted or anything. But I think we're going to drive this one a bit through the winter, because the Range Rover, it needs a little bit of work, and I want to put some money away for that. And this would be it's fun with something different as well. So I think if we can get the timing belts done pretty soon, and I'm going to order the parts later today, then I think this could be really, really fun to drive around in. So let's take it for a little bit of a spin. I'm not sure how well the microphone is going to pick up, but yeah, it sounds fantastic. However, it is definitely quite loud. That was telling me the tailgate's still open. I'm going to close that, and then we'll go for a drive. Let's see if all the lights go out. Yep, there we go. But yeah, climate control works, heated seats, and other than that, the previous owner actually had it for a really long time. Somewhere in the, about, I think over 10 years, he said. And then he sold it to a car friend of mine who has a shop, also another British car shop. We've been there a couple times, and he just had it, for a couple of weeks or so, and then moved it on because, sometimes when you're a shop, you buy a car, like I said, a little bit to do the customer a favor, and that was the case. And then he had it for sale, had no real good offers on it, because it's one of those cars where if it has, those big ticket items like the timing belt and that left to do on it, it's quite pricey. It costs basically what the car is worth to do the timing belts on one of these. But if you can do it yourself, that's fine. And I think it's really, really fun. And I saw some of you guys who guessed on the previous video, which it's already dropped on the S-Type, and no one guessed one of these, but some of you guys were pretty close guessing a Rover 75, which, it basically is, in my opinion, a bit of a cooler Rover 75. I've never had a 75 or ever driven one before, but I've always been interested, and we talked about retro styling in the previous video, and that is definitely a retro styling that I like in the 75. I think that has aged very, very well. I like how everything's a little rounded in here, or like oval shaped pretty much. It reminds me a lot of the new Mini back then, and it's just, I don't know, it makes me happy. Wonder if you guys can hear the exhaust. We're not revving this thing at all. I've gone to max like 3,000 RPMs just because of the timing belt issue. So we're gonna do wally belt, timing belt, and all that, and you should be good to go for another 6 years. So either if I keep it or not, that will actually make it possible to sell the car if you say, you know, it has a new timing belt and everything. Also, the inspection or MOT, it expires the last of February, so if we can get it through that, that will also add some value to the car. And like I said, if I really like it, and if you guys really want to watch it, we'll do a home paint job on it and fix those things. It's not metallic or anything, it's a solid red, so I think we can do a pretty good job of that. Plus, you guys have only seen a little bit of painting on the channel, so we might want to do a little bit more of that. But I'd love to hear in the comments down below what you guys think of the new winter sleigh here on the channel. If it was what you were expecting, or you know, what you think. Or let me know if you've had one, or had a 75 as well. But we have to do one thing before this video ends. We're going to have to call my good friend Matt and see what he thinks of my new purchase. All right, so I think I have to call a partner in crime, Matt over at Furious Driving, because he loves these. He loves 75s especially. And I have to admit, I did send him some pictures when I saw the ad at first, and you know, as a good car friend, he just wrote buy it. So let's see what he has to think of it. Well, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. So I see you're in a 75 as well. Or
always in a 75.
Always in a 70.
Now.
Oh, good. has it gone that badly with Mrs. Furious? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the whiz kit was the breaking point, unfortunately.
I understand, but I mean, it takes a brave man to buy a rear-engine Japanese car.
Yeah, it's mechanically good. Rust might be an issue, and parts are a major headache. So yeah, no one sells anything for it anywhere.
That sounds fun. But I mean, that's an odd car over there. But this is an odd car over here.
Oh, that's a cool car.
Yes.
That's a really cool car.
Have you seen my non-existent? It looks great in the rain, but the non-existent clear coat is.
Yeah, when I saw the first photo you sent over, I actually thought it was really wet because of the way it's kind of streaking down the bonnet. Then I looked closer and realised it was just the paint falling off. So, but, yeah.
I mean, I'm not, you're really, like, you've done a lot of videos on these cars, like the whole end of Rover MG. I'm quite new to, I've never had a 75, I've never driven a 75. But, I mean, I have an MGF, and I remember all of this vaguely. I mostly remember on the news, sort of, you know, when they went out of business. But to say this lightly, you're a little bit older than me, so you remember a bit more than I do.
Yeah, no, it was a really sad time because BMW bought them, and the development for the original 75s was just off the charts good. They spent so much money making these cars. They should have been absolute world beaters and taken the world by storm. But then the BMW boss who made the ridiculous speech at the big launch day motor show that just absolutely scuppered the brand on the same day that this car was launched, kind of set it off on a bad footing.
Really?
But the cars themselves were really good. But the rumour is, I've heard, BMW never wanted Rover to build a performance version of the 75. So it wasn't until things went horribly wrong, and then MG Rover started up as a separate company, that they were able to quickly turn around the Z series and do things. The thing I heard is that the position of the indicators on the 75 front bumper was at the lowest level legally for the British market.
Oh.
So they couldn't do a lower suspension sports model.
But I mean, here, they're right. These are indicators, I think. Yeah.
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 I don't know how true that is. I don't know, because there's a round on that, and
yeah,
a kind of trapezoidal shape on this.
I think it might be one of those rumors like the XJ40 rumors, making the engine bay too narrow for a V8. Sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
But if you try, yeah.
but Rover never really has had a history of making fast stuff. I mean, you can get like a P6S, but there's never been like, oh yeah, and they had like
SD1s were
they had
great.
a fast SD1, but they've never
Yeah.
really had like a, this is a boy racer sort of, not
Oh,
the
yeah.
saloon, but like the smaller ones, like when they did the MG versions
Jobs
of,
cars.
yeah.
Yeah. It was, you've got to remember the culture of the time, the automotive culture of the early noughties. That's when the magazines like Fast Car, Max Power, Revs, Redline, they were huge at the time, and people were modifying cars to look like the MG Z cars
Yeah.
all the time. I used to work for those magazines, and so we go and see some sort of 19-year-old who bought a new Vauxhall Corsa, and he's not put a deposit on a house. He's spent £25,000 on a body kit and wheels and a huge turbo for a Corsa, and he's going to live with his parents now for the rest of his life because of this stupid car. And what the MG Rover did, they took those styling cues of what was happening in modifying culture and fitted it to the cars, because the 25 or 200 was a really good handling car to start with. And the 75 was a really good handling car, but the way it was done for this model with like the wooden dashboard and things, it was done very sedately. It was done to cruise, and it's done to be smooth and comfortable. But it had the potential to be so much more given the option.
I was a bit worried because I told a guy about the swap, and I said, I'll do the swap if it's not terrible to drive, just because you know what kind of cars I like, and I don't like stiff cars. Like I think my L322 rides harsh.
Oh, okay. This is some pretty strong criteria.
Yeah, it is. But this isn't bad.
No, it's surprisingly good. It is stiffer than the 75.
It's really stiff.
Lots of pliance in it, lots of smoothness. Yeah, the incredible thing, which I hadn't realised until I did a video comparing the two, is that they took a lot of the rubber bushes out between the suspension and the subframes and fitted metal bushes on the 75. So it's got so much less give and so much less flex in the ZT.
I'm going to have a look under. I'm noticing, because I've read that 75s likes to eat ball joints. So I have a slight knock. Yeah, I've had a slight knock in the left front sometimes. So I think that might be a ball joint. But other than that, it's besides it being a ticking time bomb with 5 years past the timing belt.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, it's just 3 belts.
Exactly. Just buy some new belts and a small engine. It's fine.
Exactly. But I mean, otherwise, I think it's a fun car. There are. There's bathroom sealant here. That's excellent.
That's a quality repair. Excellent.
No, but that's done at the dealer, I bet.
Yeah, that's probably MG Rover stamped. Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah. Warranted.
So if you can help me get, if I can, I'm wondering, like, how good is it with parts? Can I get like a seal for the sunroof and things? You think?
Possibly. There are a couple of places that have got new old stock and they're remaking things. So you've got a good chance. And also, as they're becoming more recognised as classics, because they're like 25 years old now as a model, people are starting to recreate things and remanufacture them. And they're actually this is insured as a classic car that I'm sat in right now. So, yeah, I've been on the forums and people said, you can't insure a Rover 75 as a classic, it's too new. Dude, it's 25. MGBs were classic cars when they were 10. So this is...
Yeah, but that's the thing. But I mean, a Rover 75 was classic when it was new.
Yeah,
it was.
True, yeah.
It was.
It was designed to be classic. Yeah. But no, there's a few really good suppliers. I mean, Rimmers is the obvious choice. They're a huge company and they bought loads of new old stock. Discount MG Rover Spares down in Southampton, and there's a new one called Best of British Parts, who I got introduced to at the NEC this weekend. They've all got lots of new old stock stuff and they're remanufacturing parts as well. And there's MG Rover 75 and an MG ZT Owners Club. If you find that on Facebook.
Yeah, that's where I read all their buyer's guides after you said go for it. And I remember this was like Saturday night, like 11 p.m. And then I went reading all the forums and And
then you realise what you've done. Yeah.
Well, no, I realized that they were good.
Oh, Oh, okay, yeah. Because I'm very willing to say yes, definitely. I'm like Chat GPT. Is it a good idea to buy this car? Yes, this is a good idea. Why is my car on fire? You should not buy a MG ZT.
No, but it is a bit like that. But I think that's the same. Like if you are a car guy and another car guy asks you should I buy it, you always say yes.
Oh God, yeah. There's never an answer that is no. It's
Yeah.
just pay less, or we'll help you fix it.
Exactly.
Or we'll stand by and drink tea and go, yep, you've bought a bad one, but it could be fun.
But I mean, I think it's going to be really, really interesting what people think in a couple of days. Actually, what they like.
It's very different to your regular cars, isn't it? Because you're used to the Jaguars for one thing.
Yeah.
And company cars, big company leather cars, not that.
No, and actually, like I never meant to have as I keep saying, people don't believe me. I never meant for this to be a Jag channel at all, but it just sort of happened.
Trying so hard to get away from it.
Yeah.
But it's a really useful parts haul. If you're going to go and get things, that's a great big estate car, really handy. And the thing about the 75 and the ZT is that it's more than the sum of its parts. I know BMW had a huge hand in it, and I know that the launch of these things was delayed by, I think, a month or 3 months because BMW bosses weren't happy with the wind noise from the sunroof.
Ah.
My finger is screen. The sunroof.
That's all fixed on mine.
Yeah, he's got loads of bottom things on it.
Yeah.
No, they made them go and redesign the roof and the sunroof mechanism so for less wind noise. There's that level of detail, but they're incredibly charismatic. They're really cars that you just sit in and smile. This is a car I don't want to sell because I'm happy to just walk out in the driveway, go and look for something in the glove box and sit in it for 5 minutes going, what a lovely dashboard.
No, but I had one thing in modern times, not supposed to be sexist, but this is kind of like when you this was cheap. When you buy free, when you buy a cheap car and you realize that like as a car guy, you can be happy with very little. Like I'm happy just walking by it and like looking at it and be like, that's my new favorite car.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And
I can see the back corner of this car from my living room window, sort of past the garden and other park cars, and I just see that little kind of curve down of the boot, and that's nice. That's a pretty car. That makes me feel good.
That's good. Well, at least you like my bike. Now it's time for you to get a Jag.
I do kind of need to, yeah. So if you want to drive that purple one over, and I'll put you on a plane home. That'd be lovely.
No one knows about the purple car.
And I guess play that out. If
Yeah.
you want to drive one over to me, and I'll put you on a plane home, then how's that?
No, but what I said, get a V12 and I'll come and fix it.
Okay, that also works. I do quite fancy an XJS. Is it 50? No. Yeah, 50 years of the XJS.
It is 50 years of the XJS.
Yeah,
and
they're well, it's still 50 years.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's too late.
Should be fun. All right, well, talk to you later, and
enjoy your new purchase. I can't wait to see it on the channel.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not as. I mean, I'm hoping it's as good as I think it is, but we'll see.
They're good cars. If it feels good, it probably is good. Brilliant. Well, enjoy the new toy.
I will. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Well, always fun to talk to Matt, and he seems to really like it, so that's fun. And a true car friend always says yes to buying something. That's what they do. But I honestly really, really like it. It puts a smile on my face. Yes, there are some issues to fix, but I'm quite excited by it. Could also be that, I mean, I work on Jags all day and all night, basically. That it's really fun to have something that's a bit different, and I'm looking forward to working on doing some things on it. But what I really want to know is what you guys think down in the comments. What you think, what you think of this car. Yes, it isn't perfect. Yes, there are some things on it, but you have to admit, it was a fun trade, I think, and something different, and I think we can have fun with it. I think we can have a fun DIY paint thing with it. I think we can have fun with the timing belt, and just fixing a couple other small things on it, and then we'll see how it does this winter. I'm going to continue, of course, driving the XJ6, but I'm like to not drive the XJ6 on the larger roads and highways in the winter when they salt. Let's drive on the small roads and on the winter tires and everything, and then keep it as unrusty as I can, and then I'll take this on long trips and picking up parts and things. It's nice having it in the state. I think it's a good buy, but one of the first things is I need timing belts fixed, and then I need to fix the exhaust blow. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Until next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.